Welcome to Empowered with Elizabeth Namovsky. Now, we all know that mentorship is extremely important, especially to get you to your next level personally and professionally. But now let's actually go to the next level. What if you're a new Canadian and you're here because you've been displaced due to a war in your home country? Today, I'm speaking with Tatyana Sabitova, Director of the National Sales Office and Canada's Best Managed Companies National Coaching Leader at Deloitte Canada. Today's topic, why mentoring is so important to empower female newcomers to Canada and build more equitable workplaces for all. Tatyana, welcome. Thank you so much for being here today.
Hello, Elizabeth.
So, I've known you for a long time. You are full of passion and you are full of love and you're full of fire. Why are you passionate about mentoring these women?
You know, for me, I've traveled my whole life. So I was born in the former Soviet Union, in a pretty tough environment. I grew up in Romania. That's where I graduated. Then I moved to the States. So I moved a lot during my lifetime. I moved to the newly independent Ukraine in 2005 and then moved to Canada. And every single time I had to start over. Even though I had this amazing education and I had all the skills and I had built my career before, it always felt like I'm starting from scratch because I didn't have the network, I didn't have the relatives, the friends, and just the knowledge of how the society worked. And so as I built my career, I realized that those few people that were able to take me under their wing and help me along the way really made such a huge difference. And it was very personal. It was literally like, my first mentor at Deloitte, Harley Mintz, when he literally said, Tatyana is great. Meet Tatyana, she's amazing. And I thought to myself, why is he saying that? How does he know that I'm any good? I had the classical imposter syndrome multiplied by, immigrant, newcomer syndrome. He helped me so much by just doing that, by giving me a boost of confidence, taking me by the hand, walking me into a room where decisions were made, and that made a difference for me.
So now I want to digress because you said you had the imposter syndrome and I've suffered from it. And I know there are so many successful women out there. Yep. There are a lot of women that are not that successful, that are trying to be that suffer. How do you get over your imposter syndrome? Because I know that I struggle and sometimes, I'll win an award or something good will happen to me. And it's like, well, why me? How did this happen? Are they sure they have the right person? How do you get over it?
For me, I look at women like you. I look at other women that inspire me. And I think to myself, I like this style of leadership. I like female, motherly, if you want to call it, caring style of leadership. I prefer that. And I think the world could use more of that. So if all of us stay back and always feel that we're not good enough, I went to Ottawa the other day and I met Svetlana Tikhanovskaya, who is the elected president of Belarus. And she suffers from the same syndrome. Yeah. She didn't want to be a leader. She had to step up because her husband was imprisoned. And then a whole bunch of people, millions of people, voted for her. 3 years later, she's standing talking to me and saying, Tatyana, I don't feel confident. I don't belong here. And I said, you do. You do. We belong in these rooms. We should be making the decisions. We should actually take care of the world because we do this at home. Women take care of everybody,
It's true.
So why not us? What kind of leaders do we need up there? Why not us?
Yeah, why not us is great. You know what? That's such a good question. Why not us? So what are the typical problems or challenges that newcomers, like the women of Ukraine, are going through right now?
So when they come to this country, for them, this particular, hundreds of thousands of people that will land in Canada, they come with literally this mindset of, I grabbed my suitcase, I grabbed my kids. I usually also grabbed my elderly parents because the man cannot leave. They are fighting for the freedom of Ukraine. And I'm just hauling it to the first destination that will have me. So their state of mind was not this conscious immigration like mine was, for example. Mm-hmm. I immigrated and I chose Canada. My husband chose Canada. For them, they actually decided this is going to be a safe place for me. So they come here kind of on this flight response, and then they need to make a life. And then they need to stop and figure it out. And they don't have their husbands or fathers with them, which is really hard. So their challenges are childcare, first and foremost. Their challenges are, I don't know how this society works. It's very different. It's kind. They all say Canada is extremely kind. However, I'm sending 1,000 resumes and nothing comes back. Right. So that's a challenge.